Necesitamos estampillas que cambien.
Close enough.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
Violent people.
Radio.
Want to like talk about wrestling, but I did watch a Sami Callihan match.
All right, Dan.
Tell us versus this guy, Donovan Dijak from Beyond Wrestling.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. Thank you. I'm glad we're talking about this. This is episode 64 of Violent People Radio. I'm Sam. That's Dan. One of these people is Chris, and the fourth one, that's Pat. Dan, tell me about this match that is a modern day masterpiece, as the kids are saying.
Everyone's saying it, and it feels like a match that if Sam hadn't called it Sami Callihan's best match ever or whatever you said, I would have loved. Because like
I believe he said
it's
the only
really,
true
really, really
five-star
fucking
match
good.
of Dijak's
Yeah.
career.
But like, it's definitely not the best Sami Callihan match. But if you're like, it's in my top 10. Actually, I don't even say if it's in my personal top 5. Definitely not the best. It might be the best Donovan Dijak match ever. Almost certainly.
Has to be.
It's gotta be. I can't. There's not because it's
Nerds
like,
are gonna say he has so many matches with Keith Lee, and they'd be right on factual basis, but wrong in the spirit of the question.
I saw at least 2 of those matches live, and I don't even remember it a little bit. Like I know what they did because they did it so much, but there's nothing I remember from the building. But yeah, it's like I'm sure I watched this, but like it didn't stick with me, and it's just like, oh, this is just we're just gonna fucking work Dijak's leg, and Dijak's gonna sell it really well, and it's just not. It is not the like Keith Lee versus Donovan Dijak every time is exactly what you expect. This was not what I expected when I was going to watch Sami Callihan versus Donovan Dijak. It was something different, and it was awesome. And I hate to say it, Sam was right. Ish.
Hey, I keep being right with you, Dan. Just tell me when I'm wrong, frankly.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of time.
Well, actually, some Discord conversations are probably going to get us there soon enough.
But yeah, do you want to hear the other shit I watched? I think I'm the only one that watched wrestling, probably.
I watched
some wrestling.
Oh shit! All right. I watched a lot of, which is funny because it was pre me going into seeing that people are talking about the VP 100 2025s, but I did a Timothy Thatcher catch up. I got to see what my man's up to, and I watched him versus where's my list here? Him versus Steven Stetson, him versus Jeriel Rivera, him versus Ryan Clancy, and him versus Tim Bosby.
You're just making names up.
Listen, here's what I will say is I'm really, really sad the last one I watched was the Jeriel Rivera match, and I wish I didn't because I was really excited to be like the Ryan Clancy match was by far the worst one. Because I don't... You unfortunately watch one of them?
Well, no, just unfortunately it sounds like you don't get to make that proclamation.
No, because the Jeriel match was definitely worse than the Ryan Clancy match. I would put them pretty close together. They're both about 8 minutes. It's all Timothy Thatcher, beating them down. But then, like, both of them can't, like, strike, really, which is kind of important part of wrestling. Especially when you're wrestling Timothy Thatcher. Like, so when you hit him and it looks real weak, it's like he's only giving these guys, like, 2 or 3 spots in this 8-minute match. So, like, you should make it look good. And neither of those guys super do. I mean, it's fine. It's just nothing they, phone home about. I've never seen Steven Stetson as far as I know. Maybe I have, but he didn't stick out.
Like a cowboy?
Vaguely,
sure.
Yeah, it's not like...
Does it look like it works at a gas station?
I mean, he kind of looks like everyone I met when I was in Texas.
Okay, yeah.
So, I mean, like, like cowboy-esque, but he's from New Jersey. I mean, which all these guys are, because the Beyond or whatever, they're all from that area. But he did really, really well. It was mostly he was trying to work over Thatcher's neck, which was he did a good job of, and then made a finish look good. But the Bosby match happened in Memphis Wrestling, and that's the money match. That's by far the best one. Definitely the best Bosby match I've seen so far. And not that I've watched him as much as a lot of people listening to this probably have. But he was a face here. You don't think so? Okay.
I think people have gone solely on what Joseph has told them about Bosby, and that's their whole understanding of him as a wrestler.
Yeah, Joseph needs to stop holding these people's hands. He needs to just turn on a stream and be like, all right, decide for yourself. I'm not helping you anymore.
No, he needs to do like when the map people put those fake towns in to see if someone's copying their map. He needs to have like opinion he does not believe at all. Like,
exactly.
He needs to be like Ryan Clancy for Wrestler of the Year, and then afterwards be like, "You fucking idiots." But this was him as a face, Bosby as a face, and he looked really good here. Like I said, this was still not even. It was still a Thatcher match, but like Bosby, he has held his own. His strikes looks good. All his wrestling looks good. It's like a 10-minute match. Bosby goes over, and it's really cool. I don't think either of those guys, as far as I know, are like. Maybe Bosby is more of a regular in Memphis. I'm looking at his cage match. He kind of is. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say because it made me want to watch Bosby in Memphis, but I didn't think that was a thing. But it is. So it did that.
Aren't you lucky?
Yeah. It's just really funny because like everywhere they go, it's got to be part of the deal. It's like Timothy Thatcher, WID player coach, and they really push that hard, and it's very funny.
Am I the only? I think I'm hearing an echo from Sam's audio. Because I hear Dan, and then I hear an echo of Dan.
I don't know. Do I do anything about that?
I don't know. I'm just saying. Someone's got like their. Speaking of Joseph, someone's got their output a little too close to their input.
I have headphones on, so it feels like it wouldn't be me.
I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing like my green go up.
Well, that's true. When I talk, let's see. Wait, let's see when I talk. Who's lighting up? Nobody.
So Pat's a liar.
We found out
Maybe
here.
I'm just.
Pat's a liar. Like everyone
schizophrenia.
The problem is, I do hear it. I know it's happening. You're not wrong, but it's not happening when I do it. So
I just assumed it was you. Like
you did. You just say this is a Sam's fault. Clearly.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, Sam's the audio guy. Any problem? That's him.
Absolutely.
Can you just edit this out, Sam?
Yeah, can you bleep this?
Just be a clap, so I'll remember that.
All right. Right there.
So
just put the Monday Night Football sound drop, so you know in the episode where.
All right.
Oh, fuck
you.
So that won't be in the episode. No one will hear that, right?
No one will hear that.
Okay.
That's for your ears only, baby.
Okay, and we'll cut out all that Joseph slander. Actually, really not. It's just slander of everyone else on the internet.
Oh yeah, Joseph, he believes it, but it's unfair that people can just piggyback off what he says and not do the actual work.
Yeah,
it's like how everyone was convinced that Chris
credit.
Benoit was good just because of Scott Keith saying so.
No, Chris Benoit was really good.
I don't know.
Good. Again, another one of a classic VPR. Good wrestler, better guy.
We need a new mug that makes even less money than the old one, just so I can have something that says "good wrestler, better person."
I was talking with the official Grappling podcast guys, and somehow, of course, we got on the topic of Benoit in I forget what match we were talking about, but I was just like, and then he should have pulled a Bowflex out from under the ring, and it was one of those moments where I'm like, either they're going to laugh or they're going to kick me off of this call. Fortunately, they laughed.
How do I do?
Hey Pat, could you do you want to step out for a second?
Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. This was my way of forcing you guys to leave.
All right.
Zilla Fatu beat Bully Ray for the hog title. I'm just trying to put breaking news in here.
Okay. It's a Thursday. What are they doing?
I was double checking.
What?
Like they ran today. They did.
They're counter programming Wrestling Open.
They're counter programming Thursday Night Football.
Which is more popular, Thursday Night Football or a Wrestling Open?
I thought Thursday Night Football was exclusively on Amazon Prime.
I think it's always NBC for the first game of the year.
Okay.
These
I think it's
contracts.
like some kind of deal that NBC has.
Fucking NFL. Greedy pieces of shit. Can't know when anything's playing anywhere.
We are talking wrestling, but I will say we had our fantasy draft and Pat's not in it because he's a coward.
Mhm.
And I was so ready to get you, Sam. I was like, this guy's been talking shit about fucking Porrick and just being really rude to, non-Americans playing fantasy football, basically. And I was waiting because I didn't think that you were gonna move Pickens out of your flex. And you know what?
Oh, yeah.
About an hour before the game?
Yeah, before I left to go to Costco, I was like, all right, let's get him out of here. Gotta keep him guessing, Dan.
I had that
Gotta
locked
keep him
and loaded.
guessing.
I was gonna call you out. I was like, this guy doesn't know fucking fantasy either, keeping his Thursday Night Football player in a flex.
Anyway, let's look at what Pork's decision making has been since he did that terrible trade with you. A trade that no one is aware of, other than I made a fit about it.
Three
And
people voted against it.
3
but
people
it
voted
takes
against
5.
it.
So
Takes
some
5.
people are aware of it. They're just not happy with it.
You know what? Pork's just bad at it. So that's just a tough call now. It's like, okay, you seemingly understand what you're doing. You just should not be allowed to have a team.
What
But
else
are you
has he
gonna do?
done since then?
I don't know. I don't go ESPN's fantasy shit. Man, you got me in this whole new system. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Flea Flicker, that's just like a proper app and service.
I gotta be honest, I don't hate his team.
Oh, I thought he added Darren Waller recently. But he dropped Darren
He
Waller.
dropped
That's
him,
fine.
yeah.
I was like, I don't think Darren Waller's playing a down of football. That's just not
I'm
happening.
people are saying he might start. I'm like, he didn't play football for a year? How is he gonna start?
He had a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Hey, all for your mental health. But I don't think that person is going to do well in Miami. This seems like not the right environment.
Yeah, because he also former addict, I believe, right?
Oh yeah,
Great city to be in.
Perfect.
I'm in another fantasy league. Oh, this app fantasy league with world famous Chris Zellner, and that draft didn't happen till last night, and it has three IR slots, and after the draft, everyone's just available to add. So I just immediately after draft add Jalen Coker, Joe Mixon, and Brandon Ayuk, just like 3 guys I know that are on IR. And I don't know, people aren't happy about it, but what are you gonna do?
Hey, Dan, what's up with you pissing people off in fantasy football?
That's the rule. I'm playing by the rules.
I'm
The
playing
rules
by the
piss me
rules.
off.
I did that. I did that in another league. I drafted those exact same players, so I could stash them, and got 2 guys up, like 2 top flexes off the waiver wire.
That's
But
just the way
you
to
did
do it.
not draft them, correct, Dan? People just did not draft them.
No one
because-
drafted any of them, and
That's
I was
their
able
fault.
to add them all instantly.
It's fair enough.
That's their fault.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Now I think our league players go to waivers right away, so it's not my fault that Yahoo's not set up like that.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying Pork didn't notice what a flex was, and that seems problematic. Anyway, George Pickens out here drawing flags instead of catching balls.
Man, I put money on him being the first touchdown scorer. I really believed it. I talked myself into it.
I saw your gambling slips, and I'm like, Dan, what are we doing here? Like, that's a real addict if you got paper out here.
I mean, I stopped by Thursdays.
I stopped
They-
at the casino.
They moved it from Sunday to Thursday. You go in, you get free money. Like they give you a little promotional kiosk. You get $5 of free play. It's between 5 and 10, but it's normally 5. And then I go, and then I buy one alcoholic drink, and then I spend $20 on sports books.
Dan,
And
you
then
are.
I mean, you're going every week to the casino to place
Yeah.
your bets. Don't tell me I'm good. I don't got a problem.
But if I win, I do
Then
the
it's
free
it.
money first, because if I win with the free money, I will use that towards the sports book.
Because you're going to go back to the casino again to use that money. Is that what you're
and then
insinuating?
also
Okay.
if the sports book win, like if I win a good amount, I'm going to go back before Thursday. I'm not going to wait a whole week.
I think we should trust in Dan, because it sounds like, unlike many people who enjoy gambling, he has a system.
I'm just name dropping like crazy. One time, Juicy Pat Lucy called me from the casino drunk, and he said, "I figured it out. I have a system to win slot machines. I may quit my job." And I went, "Let's sleep on it."
I was going to bring up Juicy Pat Lucy to you tonight for no other reason than I was driving and I was like, remember when he was on The Price is Right?
He remembers.
What a day that was. He remembers. I'm sure that was the greatest day of his life.
I think this is an endearing story. I hope he doesn't think it's not. I have witnessed him show a stripper the YouTube video of him on The Price is Right.
That's awesome.
That's perfect. Oh my God. I love it.
Why else would you be on The Price is Right if not to later do that? Like, I'd be showing everybody.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
One of the owners / head bartenders at the place I usually go to work, he was on The Price is Right last year. His name is also Pat.
Man, they're picking too many Pats.
That's a good name.
He doesn't know how to rig the gambling machines, but just to have your name be Pat, and maybe you'll
It's a solid system.
So, Pat, when is Price is Right coming to Boston?
I don't know. Did they? I was about to say, did they even still do that show? But Chris just said that he worked with someone on it last year. So I guess they do still do that show.
Yeah, you wanna?
I'm sure once we're done recording, I will look that up. I'll definitely remember to check in on it. Try to appear.
I think Drew Carey should get fat again.
I think realize he should tweet more about sticking his dick into a blender because a Fish concert was really good.
That's the thing he's done?
That's the thing. Drew Carey was like, he saw Fish at maybe it was the Sphere in Vegas or something. He had a deranged tweet about like, listening to Fish is like, it makes me want to stick my dick in a blender because this is, probably what it feels like for women to come.
I do think that listening to Fish is like sticking your dick in a blender, but not for good reasons. It's not a compliment.
There's only we got to find someone who's willing to put it to the test. Just crank. I can't hoist. That's a Fish album, I think. Just crank that at maximum volume, Down with Disease, and then stick their dick in a blender and give us the trip report.
How do we get here?
I don't know. Football.
Pat Lucy.
Oh yeah.
I think we're technically still talking about the wrestling Dan watched.
Yes, yeah. That is the segment we're on.
Yeah, we're there.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about his gambling addiction, his crippling gambling
I wouldn't
addiction.
call it crippling.
Crippling.
It's
right.
been crippling. I'm not excited about football coming back. I'm scared, but whatever.
It's how much money am I gonna lose? Are you big?
I don't care.
College football.
Do you know when
strictly the pros?
I do college football. Do you know where I make the most money? It's always been this way. Sports I don't watch. If I go to the casino and there's baseball games on, I'll throw up like a 4-leg live parlay of just random shit. I don't watch baseball. I don't know anything about it, and I'll win money. I used to, when I was really bad, I used to like stay up and like bet on soccer games I wasn't watching.
Dan.
Because this was like a decade ago. And like because if a team gets up 2-0, he's like, well, this game's over. You know, I'll put 200 on that, and that 200 becomes like 220, and now I'm like, circle that. Okay, this became an intervention. Now I'm upset.
I put 200. What are we doing?
Do you know what's crazy? I was in college then. I had that 200. That 200.
That's tuition.
Was my bank account. Like I'd be like, yep, deposit it, take it all out.
All right.
That's when women in mixed martial arts came to UFC. Carla Esparza won me $2,000 in college. That was a crazy day when I spent that money.
Now, what games did you bet that money on?
It's probably more sports, but then I also just was like, I'm buying everyone everything. I'm the richest man in the world. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, well, I don't need lunch, I guess.
Yeah. I just like to imagine if like drinks are on me thanks to the women finally fighting in the UFC.
But I hate women when they're financially supporting me. I wanted to segue into some women's wrestling I watched, but I haven't. But I watched.
Well,
why'd you bring it
I've
up?
got a good sidebar at least that might help you get out of it
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I listened to Rule Breakers with Soraya where they talked
yeah.
about where the interview guest was the CEO of the Domestic Violence Hotline. And they talked about, they had a very serious and emotional discussion about the many forms of abuse that people can endure from their domestic partners. And it was regularly interrupted, often mid-thought, by Soraya and her whack pack reading ads for Klarna. And I just like, if whoever produces that, they got to put some more care into it. Like they're talking about, people being in situations, abusive situations that, they can get out of, they just need a hand up. And then it shifts to like doing a bit about fucking like, buying birthday presents on Klarna. So what I'm saying is we need more ads that are just totally incongruous from whatever we're talking about.
I didn't know where you were going with that. I was like, no, I drink and I gamble. I don't hit people. What's going on?
Well, no, it's just,
I bought a.
I don't know where I was going with it either. That's the thing.
I bought a laptop at Walmart. It's a Christmas present, or birthday present, so I can't say too loud. But the person in front of me was buying a much more expensive one, like a $900 one, and they were signing up for like Walmart's Klarna, but like they did it in the line, which I thought you could step aside, right? Like the cashier and that person were just two-man, and they're just looking at the phone trying to figure out what's your social security number.
Yeah,
What's your address?
that is how.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had to buy this today. I couldn't not, so I was just like, here I am.
I love the idea of someone just saying their social security number out loud in line at Walmart.
That's the best
I got
place
the
to say
vibe
it.
that you didn't want that social security number. There wasn't a whole lot of use for it. All right, no, wrestling. I did watch it.
Not women,
New Texas Pro. They held a
Everyone's
show in
talking about
Austin,
the promotion.
Texas. I wish they held a show when I was there so I could talk about going and not go. I watched 3 matches from this. One of them I watched because it made me angry. It was Brick Savage versus Dmitry Alexandrov, Rochelle Rose, and Shimbaji in a 3-on-1 handicap match. This match was 16 minutes long. I don't know that you ever need a 3-on-1 handicap match to be 16 minutes. And the finish is that Rochelle Rose turns on her 2 partners to help Brick Savage win. But Brick Savage had already he's a big guy and she's a little girl. Oh, I guess I did watch Women Wrestler, but he had already slammed into her and squashed her. And I was like, so your big plan was I'll turn on these guys, but first really beat the shit out of me. Really make sure I'm hurt. And then we'll screw over these guys. Which I guess it happens in wrestling a lot, but it just was really stupid in this context. So do not watch that. And then I watched Judas Icarus versus Danny Orion and Adam Priest versus Jesse Funaki. And Judas versus Icarus versus Danny Orion was really good, really fast paced. I mean, I'm a fan of Icarus, and this was just more of the same. Not as big a fan of Danny Orion, but This was definitely worth watching. And then Adam Priest versus Jesse Funaki is just Adam Priest is the fucking one of the best in the world. I mean, it's not breaking news. Jesse Funaki, like the announcers really put over. Like the idea is like he doesn't want to be known just for his father's name. But then they spend the whole 10 minutes of the match talking about his father, and his name is Jesse Funaki. So that's a little funny to me. But yeah, Adam Priest is the best in the world, and definitely watch those two matches. And then I watched Higuchi versus Akiyama from DDT, and I think this is like my thing where it's definitely just like bias. I like both those wrestlers, and this match ruled. I think if a lot of wrestlers had the same match, I'd be like, oh my god, guys, a little bit overkill. But these guys can just fucking pull it off, and Akiyama is fucking, 1 billion years old, been doing head drops for 3 decades, and can still just turn it on for the big matches.
I'm just glad that after so many years, he's finally in a place where he can be the Jun Akiyama that he was always meant to be.
This is definitely one of the I'm definitely match of year contender, I think. Actually, I'm just finding out right now in real time that Akiyama also faced One Call Manders. I'll never watch that, but that's interesting. And besides, I guess when GCW went to Japan in July,
wrestling, baby.
Yeah,
Right knows how to book them.
That's why I said I'll probably never watch it. But it's just so funny because I haven't heard a single person mention that, and that seems like a big deal. But maybe I'm wrong, and it's not a big deal.
My experience is that in 2025, people only mention DDT unless they are committed sicko the same way that like Eamon actually watches and enjoys Dragon Gate. People only mention DDT when Shinya Aoki does anything. And they watch his match and then they turn it off. And the same with GCW, they watch no matches and still find a way to turn it off without having ever turned it on.
Well, that's me you're talking
magic
about.
Promotion when you think about it.
So maybe Joseph needs to, get the GCW is good narrative out there. You were talking about him putting out a fake opinion like the fake town on a map. His should be like every GCW show must watch.
You gotta get something that's slightly believable.
Okay, well then let's
We already have a great indictment of GCW on the violentpeople.co website. No one's gonna believe it.
Yeah.
When Joseph comes around and tells you, you actually gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I guess secretly he can pull off the JCW, Jersey Championship Wrestling. Sorry.
Maybe he could be like, maybe he could
Juggalo.
just like pick a person and be like Blake Christian.
Yeah, there we go. He actually is good now.
Yeah, the sneaky good Blake Christian narrative.
No, maybe do Ace Austin. Really turn the Discord around.
Oh, yes.
They fucking hate that guy.
You guys hate Ace Austin's that bad?
No, the Discord hates Ace Austin so much it hurts my feelings.
Why is that?
When I posted on there like, oh, he's at Collision, like I felt like I've never seen the Discord respond faster.
They were all saying he broke Chris Bay's neck somehow.
The only other 2 things I watched were the W Vault put up another Omni show, and they put up a Bunkhouse Battle Royal that's never been seen before. And I gotta tell you, that Bunkhouse Battle Royal, just as bad as all the other Battle Royals.
Shit.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't go to your time. I wish I would have spent, because I watched that first. I wish I would have spent that time getting into the Omni show, because all I watched in the Omni show was Buzz Sawyer versus Dick Slater, which unsurprisingly was fucking awesome. I hear people saying good things about the rest of the show. I haven't, I literally just skipped right to that match and watched it. Yeah, I mean, between this and the Piper match, it's just like Buzz Sawyer fucking rules. Breaking real new ground here.
Thanks, Dan.
No problem.
Is that it?
That's my wrestling, yeah.
That's it. Oh, wow. I just turned on Peacock to see the MGM commercial with Derek Jeter. They know their audience. All right. Pat, what you been watching?
So I watched 2 IWA MS shows. because I mentioned that I was talking to the official Grapply podcast guys on their Discord. They will occasionally do a thing where they just post up on the Discord random. They use a randomizer to pick random IWA MS shows to watch. So I jumped in for 2 of those. One of them was very good, and the other one was horrible, but probably more interesting for us to talk about. The really good one was from 2007. It was called Point Proven. And let me just read off some of these matches, and you can tell me if you think that this is good. We've got Hot Stuff Hernandez versus Drake Younger.
Amazing. Incredible. I'll take
We've
7.
got Mickey Knuckles versus Rachel Summerlyn.
Okay. Rachel Summerlyn, miss her.
I couldn't remember what had happened to her. And in this match, Mickey gives her like a backdrop on the ring ramp that looks like it just legitimately killed her. I'm like, well, no wonder she had to retire. Because it gets to the point where it's like, wow, the referee sure is talking to Rachel Summerlyn a long time.
If we ever do another Talking Tourneys, and if Dan ever gets that 2CW footage, need to have us do 2CW Girls Grand Prix, where she wrestled Portia Perez and then Veda Scott, everyone's favorite, and then Sarah Del Rey in the finals. Missed that dearly.
Well, what if I told you that this 2007 IWA MS show had an all-star 8-man tag?
Incredible.
Where B-Boy, Ricky Rise, Ruckus, and Sabian faced Chris Hero, Claudio Castagnoli, Cheech, and Cloudy.
Cheech and Cloudy?
Yeah. The Kings of Wrestling and Up in Smoke versus the Blackout and B-Boy. And they went a full 24 minutes.
Did you just say 24 minutes?
24 minutes.
20. What are we doing? What are we smoking?
They had to get their shit in. But the 2 main events of this show were well worth tuning in for, because on the one hand, you had Homicide and Low Key versus Necro Butcher and Toby Klein.
Oh my God.
Exactly the match that you would expect in a good way. But then after that, they did a 4-team hardcore rumble where Iceberg and Tank faced Darren Childs and Massive.
No.
Who also faced Freak Show and Insane Lane, who also faced Deranged and Brain Damage. Now, bear in mind, this show was, I think Connor from OGP posted this on Twitter. This show was a week after the Benoit stuff. And this match, cage match has it as 13 minutes. I think 8 solid minutes of that are people doing massive unprotected chair shots to each other's heads.
Oh yeah, this is an all-time concussion lineup.
Yeah, no, this. You would think that Darren Childs had touched someone's sister backstage or something, because they were just trying to kill him.
Which maybe.
I mean, yeah, it's IWAMS, so
yeah.
But yeah, absolutely worth going out of your way to seek. There's also Matt Sydal versus the Human Tornado in 2 out of 3 falls. Absolutely do not seek that match out. It was very boring.
How was Hernandez versus Drake?
It was Drake. They did it straight, so it wasn't deathmatch stuff. So Drake didn't have the crazy stuff, but then you realize he's facing Hernandez. And Hernandez is one of those guys where he's just like, I'm just going to throw you around. I'm not going to try to protect you on this. I'm just going to pick you up by your neck and whip you across the ring. So the fact that Drake kept getting up from that punishment, the finish was a border toss from the second rope.
Hell yeah.
Which,
we're getting Necro Hernandez soon?
Oh my God. One of those guys is going to die.
Tomorrow, I think.
Hernandez's heart is going to
maybe
explode.
Hernandez has calmed down a bit, but in this, like, he was like fucking juiced
Yeah,
to the gills.
It's been a while since I've seen
And
Hernandez, to be fair.
dude, I mean, the border toss, it remains like one of the peak, like, he doesn't care if he cripples his opponent moves. Like, not as a character, as Sean Hernandez, the human being. He's like, I don't care if I cripple you doing this. So doing it from the second row, I mean, Drake just lands entirely on his neck. It was like you could see in the moment, in that moment, his brain, like, a part of it just atrophying off immediately. So definitely worth watching for the final bump. Chuck Taylor versus Josh Abercrombie also happened, but I don't really remember much about it. I think I was getting up for a drink for like half of it. But the other show we watched was from 2009. And let me ask, are you guys familiar with the Soul Touches?
Yes.
Yeah. We're Chikara fans.
Do you remember their entrance?
Less so.
Yes.
It's
Dane's
Crank
on.
That Soldier Boy, and they do the
Yeah.
Soldier Boy dance.
Oh,
They do
yes.
the dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, imagine a show where of the 8 or so matches, 5 of them had one member or another of the Soul Touches doing the Crank That
Holy
Soldier Boy
shit.
dance up to the ring.
That sounds amazing.
Well, first
Show
off,
of the
the
year.
first match is Atsushi Sawada showing up out of nowhere in a gi, facing Rip Impact, and beating the shit out of him. And then this was a benefit show for Acid Jazz from the Soul Touches. So that's why the Soul Touches were all over the show. We had C-Red, their manager, defeating Ninja Bill, which I immediately became obsessed with. Just the fact that IWAMS had a guy named Ninja Bill for a while. Larry Sweeney and Mickey Knuckles versus Diamond and Willie Richardson. We had Marsha Rocket versus Human Tornado. The main event was Ian Rotten and Necro Butcher versus Dingo and Jim Fannin. And we had Ian and Necro coming out with the Soul Touches to Crank That Soldier Boy, doing the Soldier Boy dance.
Big
it was
smile.
like this show was, like an hour and 50 minutes. The video, at least, was like an hour and 50 minutes long. It felt like it was
The show was
5
4
hours.
hours.
But
Yeah.
getting to that moment was just like, it's all worth it.
Can
We
you
also
tell
had,
me what was the benefit for? What was wrong with Acid Jazz?
he broke his leg.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I assume it was just he couldn't wrestle. He needed some money. I can't imagine they raised much money because there were like 12 people in the audience, one of whom was Acid Jazz. But the highlight for VPR purposes was that this match featured a young with hair Michael Elgin versus a young Ethan Page. Smack dab in the middle of the show, we had the two titans of VPR lore, screenwriter Michael Elgin and DM pest Ethan Page, just going all out in 2009 in front of 12 people in Acid Jazz. Neither of them did the Soldier Boy dance, though.
That's
Howard.
a bummer.
Today is the boy who might be Magic's birthday. That's what I got on Michael Elgin's Facebook.
Oh, well, happy birthday to the potentially Magic Boy.
Acid Jazz didn't need that much money. He didn't miss that much time. This took place in June. He was wrestling again in August.
Considering that it's Ian Rotten, who knows if any of the money actually went to Acid Jazz? But yeah, I mean, bad show, but great moment of Ian and Necro trying to do the Soldier Boy dance. Necro does it a little better than Ian. Anyway, that is the wrestling that I watched.
You'll love to hear it. You'll love to hear it. Chris, what you been watching?
I watched some of the Ring of Honor show.
Great stuff.
I liked what I saw.
Even better.
We've already been going pretty long, and most of our aside from one thing that we will be discussing later, you've already seen the fucking Bandito match. It's really good. It's maybe a little bit too long. It is a little bit too long, but it's very good. Hechisera,
I haven't seen it.
Bandito. Very good match. Athena. Very good wrestler.
If you say so.
I haven't watched Shalwa versus Lee Moriarty yet, but I know people very much enjoyed that match. Other than that, checked in on some lucha.
Ooh, we gonna round some up?
Yeah, I should be getting my output with lucha watching and writing very soon. You guys know that I have a laptop arriving on Sunday, so I will not have to either watch a bunch of stuff on YouTube on my TV, which is hell. Even if you're just like Chromecasting from your phone, that's still hell. Or on my having to sit down at my desk and watch lucha. I can just watch it in bed or on my couch at night, watch some catch up on wrestling before bed or after work. Much chiller.
As lucha is meant to be watched.
Yes.
What kind of laptop are we cooking with?
I don't remember.
Cool. Perfect.
Nothing super noteworthy that I watched. There was a fun tag match from a Fresero Jr. produce show where Freelance was tagging with Judas El Traidor.
Now that is an old-looking team.
Yeah, that's exactly how I like them. It's against Sepul Torero and Venganza, who I've been enjoying Venganza a lot this year. But yeah, that's a fun tag. Nothing else I watched was really noteworthy. I don't even remember anything else that I watched, and it was a matter of hours ago. There was a Parks tag, but not with Park Senior.
Park Senior there leaning against the back wall?
No, he's just not there.
I like when that happens.
But I misread and I thought it had LA Park, but I just did not see the junior there in the title.
That's embarrassing.
I was going to watch it anyway.
Okay.
So are the Park kids getting good at all?
I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah, that's I keep every so often I look and I'm just like, have they, kind of figured it out yet? I mean, they're better than Kanek Jr. or one of those doofuses, but
yeah, they're capable of having a fine match, but I think I don't know if I've seen a good match where their father was not involved.
and they copy a lot of it, like when he does bits, like the thing with the weight belt, everything. Like they copy all the bits, but it's just it comes across like a tribute act.
Yeah, it's like if you were watching LA Park, but it's just it's not hidden.
And El Hijo de LA Park, I think not young. So I kind of feel like he definitely is what he is.
Yeah.
Don't be too rude.
I mean, LA Park Jr. I think he might be young enough that like maybe I shouldn't write him off. I don't know.
Or Desalmado Ibarra might be like maybe he might cook in a few years, but
The Christian Napier of the Park family.
Chris is talking
Yeah,
about
you
running
guys
along,
can't hear
and
that.
what's
well, I
up?
was
You
gonna
guys
say, I
can't
really
hear the
want to
car
read.
alarm.
I really want to read some of the rest of this 7 show that has Hernandez versus Necro Butcher real fast. It has that match, Rob Shit versus Bobby Beverly, Eric Ryan versus B-Boy in a terracotta torture match, and then the main event, at least in my mind, Taipei Death Match, Tim Strange versus One Man Crew with a special guest referee of Schlack.
All right, we've
Oh,
got
so
a
that's
big
how you found
top.
out about the show.
We've got a big top coming up.
All killer, no filler. Except 7 does this thing sometimes where you just can't watch their shows ever.
Yeah, it's so annoying. It's especially annoying for me for like death panel stuff because I'll like be looking around like well into after the month has ended. Like, did this go up anywhere? And the answer is often just no. Like,
We need
just
Sam's
fucking-
Patreon guy to be there recording it.
or someone.
I still get notifications even though I canceled it. I'm like, make him stop, please. Channel 666. I don't want your softcore porn. Get away from me.
You'll give $30 a month to Disney, but you can't give 5 to him.
Can't give 5 to the real artists out there. It's fucked up. That's fucked up. Anyway, watch anything else?
No. I wanted to keep it brief.
Barely watched much at all this week. Watched a single match from 1984 to keep that going. Go read my first of 1984, the year wrestling got its groove back on ViantPeople.co. Gonna be going week by week through 1984. First post, I think, is a fun one. I watched Atlantis versus Satanico from January 84. Folks, it's real good. Shocking to everyone here. Then, for some reason, I decided to watch Shug D versus Isaiah Broner from June of this year. It's all right. I used to be very high on Broner. I'm trying to see, is he bad now? Does he just not wrestle anywhere good? It's just like, if the Shug D match is one of the better looking matches on paper, probably not in a good spot with him. See how that all goes. Try to watch Cedric Alexander versus Yaya from that show. Cedric Alexander is not very good. He is in my worst in the world contention right now. I think he's just bad. Then watch some Fishman. Just Pat brought, hey, no one talks about Fishman anymore. People are fake fans. But also,
Those were my exact words, by the way.
Yeah, he said people are fucked up, stupid, and you pretty much like slandered. Not slander. It's not slanderous if it's true. The Discord.
It was libel.
But the Lucha Match Finder doesn't pull any of the IWTV stuff anymore. It feels like.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this isn't everything, which always is going to make me question: is there even more that we're missing? But
There's
anyway,
always more.
there's always
more
more.
for sure.
Because there's plenty of stuff on YouTube that does not go on the deep database.
And
That's
then it'll
messed
be
up.
like an 8-man tag, and you'll be like, I will never get to know who this 8th man is.
Oh god, that drives me insane.
I just do not watch those matches. Those matches don't exist. If I can't figure out who everyone is, I'm out. Anyway, watch.
See, I just go on YouTube and I search like luchador name versus, and then filter it to most recent thing, and I will find stuff from like, someone filming it on their phone. That's how I find about new Sadika matches. It's like the only way to find if a new one goes up. You just have to every couple weeks search Sadika versus and filter it to most recent.
The issue is if I can't find the date of the match, I will want to bury myself alive. If I don't know when it took place, I will suffer great pain. My brain will break. Which Lucha, that is so terrible. The database is all I know. It's the only one that tells me, oh, this is when it happened. Because even when I did Mas Lucha, it's like, oh, this show is from 1 year ago. Why did you post it 2 months ago?
Dude,
what are you trying to do to me?
They're posting Penta matches from like it feels like 2021. They're just like, hey, we found this sitting around, Penta versus like LA Park versus Cinta de Oro.
And they've
then
always loved to just title the video as if it's a singles match. And it's like, oh, this is actually a 6-man tag.
Anyway, watch Fresero Jr. and Mascara Sagrada versus Fishman and Perioth Jr. It's good. I like it. It's just a kind of traditional brawl around the arena. I dig it. But the real humdinger of the week, besides the match that we're going to talk about, is Sagrada and Roca Bole Jr. versus Fishman versus Super Brazo Jr. Great match. Just instantly one of my favorites of the year. I feel like more often in the Fishman Sagrada matches, Fishman feels like a demonic presence, like a true asshole. And here's Sagrada felt like more of the asshole. It's like, oh, I can dish it out. He's out here using his belt to slap the referee around. It's beautiful stuff. It's very funny at how violent Sagrada and Fishman are. And then the camera, I watched it like a fan cam. So they'll follow them around the arena. And then you have to focus back on Brazo and Rocambole. And it's just not nearly as cool. But then you also get to see Super Brazo Jr. have his mask ripped and his like curly puffy hair poking out of his ripped up mask. And he just looks banana cream. I love it. So go watch that. It's a hoot and a half.
You should put a link to the YouTube in the episode notes.
I will.
Because I want to watch
it in the Discord. Oh, all right. That's all I watched except for the match we're going to talk about for our big top. Let's talk about what's on the site. QNTR came back this week with a episode that came out yesterday. I don't know when Tim officially put it up, PST wise, but doubling up here.
Well, I listened to it today, so that's the date that counts.
That's what counts. Truly.
And I'm gonna push back on something that Tim said on it, because they were talking about AJ Lee, and he said that the reason that AJ Lee never went to AEW was because Jay Lethal works there. And I think that she retired from WWE before her contract was up. So I think there might have been a legal, even if she wanted to go to AEW, I think that she might not have been able to, because WWE would have held her to like, you still have 3 years left on a deal with us. So
your theory is that she was still in love with Jay Lethal but couldn't leave Punk.
yes.
Okay, just
so
make sure
I look forward to Tim's response to this digression on the next QNTR.
A podcast you listen to every episode of.
I listen to every episode of it. I don't listen to Heat Death of the Universe. That fucking sucks. But QNTR all the way.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway, what else we got going up on the site? I talked about the 1984 piece. That's going to
I think there was a new late
week.
night. Since we're
with Dominic. Yep. I should just go to the website. That will help me tell you what happened this week. Recommended matches roundup from Coro. We'll get another piece of that. That might be it.
Death panel coming next week. As always, it depends on how much work is working me, and they're working me pretty hard lately.
Did
also
you
so
also
sorry.
say
Dig deep.
Did you also say dig deep? Oh, yep. That's
Sorry.
so funny.
I realized my mistake. With Coach Nick Nurse from the formerly of the Toronto Raptors. So you gotta go listen to that. Kevin Flay, Nick Nurse, bringing the heat as always. Lots of audio. You can be listening to us all week long. Violent People Podcast Network of Champions. Anyway, anyone else? You folks writing anything? Do anything? Dan?
I mean, no, I'd be saying if I had.
No, I'm just calling you out.
Oh my god!
Putting you on
This
the
guy
spot.
starts writing. He starts writing about 1984. Suddenly, you want to know who's writing what.
Hey, I told you guys the Dan Chocodino thing that I'm going to write. I just haven't had the time to sit down and focus on it yet. And the response I got was none.
Well, I mean, we're waiting for you to write it.
Well, no, just to the premise. I was like, I'm going to write about the match where the ref had to fucking cup Dan Chocodino's cock and balls and correctly point out that it's an amazing match. And
None
you
of
guys are
that.
just like, okay, well, I'm not typing anything into Discord to that one.
Yeah, I didn't think it needed a response.
Yeah, it seems. Now listen, Sam, if you're not already disappointed in me for not writing, I'm cracking up because I think I misunderstood what the big top was.
So let's just say what the big top is. We're talking about Paul Walter Hauser. Specifically talking also about the match with QT Marshall from Ring of Honor.
I thought we were just talking about my man PWH in general. I'm all.
Did you not watch the match, Dan?
It's free on YouTube.
It's free on YouTube.
Listen, I want to get to a lot of stuff from that show, and that's probably the one I want to get to, like,
and I never
third or fourth or fifth.
No, it's number one with a bullet. Dan, what are we doing here?
I watched The Luckiest Man in America instead. I thought you were talking about his films.
You did not think that.
Do you think this is a movie podcast?
Why did I watch it? Why did I subscribe to AMC Plus last night to watch this, Sam?
I have so many questions. Why did you?
It was a free trial.
Other avenues.
I have 7 days to cancel.
Make sure you cancel that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just end the episode, I guess, because
I mean, you guys can talk about the match.
Read. Doesn't write, can't read. I see the issue. Holy hell!
When you first said the match for the big top, I went, yeah, that's what they meant.
I thought when you said in the Discord, I'll be right back.
Turning to someone sitting next to you and being like, yeah, that's what they meant. And them just being like, what are you talking about?
I could have turned it on. The first time you probably mentioned it was over 20 minutes ago. I could have just popped it on. I got 2 screens right here. Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
And now we're going to spoil the match for you.
But it feels like a match that I need audio for. Am I wrong?
It definitely benefits from audio because the crowd is pretty heated throughout.
And you get great mic reaction from QT as he's getting his balls blown off. So that could have been great for you. Anyway, let's just get into it. You've both watched the match, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
I watched it live. I did not watch any of the rest of the show live, even though it was free on YouTube. But I saw that. I was just like, all right, this is free. I'm going to watch Twitter to see when this match starts. And I'm going to watch this live because I can't miss it. I can't have any of this spoiled.
That sounds real. Reaction. Greatest
It's-
match ever?
It might be.
Might be. All right.
And we are going to praise. We've praised Paul Walter Hauser so much on this podcast before, and we will do it a lot tonight. Is there a greater stooge in wrestling than QT
Wow.
Marshall? Right
Can't
now.
think of one. Can't think of one.
Because, like, you think about this match, and you think about, like, the stuff he did with the Costco guys.
Yeah.
There is no one else who can do it like this.
No one else is pulling this off. Not one bit. He's built different.
Yeah,
He's built different.
I fucking love this match.
It's incredible. I think off the top of my dome, like at worst, second or third best match featuring an actor. Or I would go as far as say non-wrestler. But not fair because Paul truly is a wrestler.
Yeah, that's the
A wrestler's
storyline.
wrestler.
QT Marshall said, Paul Walter Hauser, you are not a wrestler. You are an actor pretending to be a wrestler.
But he shows out.
You have no respect for the business like I do. And PWH tears his heart out to prove to QT Marshall that he is a wrestler. He's bleeding. He's like, he's doing dives. He's like all the cool stuff that, like, he's had matches before and they have been fun, but it is not connected like it is here. Because I feel like this is not just kayfabe. This is for real Paul Walter Hauser wanting to show that he is a wrestler. Well, he has maybe two, because there is the one new movie that was like maybe in theaters for a week. It was a flop. But at the time, it was like 3 movies in theaters, including 2 like box office hits.
He's a star.
He's a star. He does not need to be doing this. It's like kind of like how, like, in WWE when Bad Bunny wrestles, like, he's one of the biggest musicians in the world. He is so much bigger than WWE has ever been. Like, he's a global superstar. So, like, he really loves, like, wrestling shit. Like, Paul Walter Hauser, he is from Saginaw, Michigan, and watching this match, it feels like, if he didn't make it as an actor, he would have, like, trained with Hakeem Zayn in Saginaw.
Man, we could have had, the fucking CZW Paul Walter Hauser run.
The IWA Mid-South Paul Walter Hauser run.
King of the Death Matches, Paul Walter Hauser.
What a talent he is. Pat,
Yes.
what are your thoughts?
I thought it was a very good match. I thought that you could see that PWH is still a baby as far as wrestling goes. Just, he does the sort of things that you would, do if you've only had 2 wrestling matches and you have not, you have other things in your life that you need to focus on. Like, for example, the bit where they have the ladder draped in the corner and QT grabs him to do like a catapult up into the ladder. You can, if you watch Paul during it, you can see him kind of figuring out, like, okay, what do I do to take this? Oh, right, I cover my face. And he's either putting his hand up too early to block the ladder from actually hitting his face, or he's getting his gig in position too early because that's the spot that he starts bleeding on. But at the same time, this is the sort of thing where if I saw someone who'd been wrestling for 15 years doing that, I'd be like, oh, come on, buddy. Come on, Ian Rodden. You know better than that. But to see,
I will say,
you know,
I'm going to
how
interject. I'm going to interject real fast because I'm exactly at that spot. He does fuck it up, but
Yeah, he
then
does.
QT sells the knee as hurting, which is kind of what would fucking hurt. It would hurt because that guy just kind of flopped on your knees rather than hitting the ladder.
yeah.
So pro's pro.
He's
But
a
yeah,
pro's pro.
that's the sort of thing is, you know, he's got a guy in there who can cover for this stuff, who can put himself into the position that he needs to be in, regardless of what the other guy is doing. But what I took away from PWH is that even if he's not a natural athlete and not a natural pro wrestler, he wants it so badly that it overcomes so much of, like, you know, the shortcomings, the sheer passion that he has, which, you know, goes to what Chris was talking about. You can feel that, like, if he possibly can, he will make this a good match by sheer force of will. And if it's not a good match, it'll still be a match worth watching. You know, I guess I use the definition of good match there in turn, you know, in the sense of like people who give things star ratings, but it would definitely be a spectacle regardless, which it was.
Yeah, I get star ratings,
I-
4.25. We're gonna call this up there for match of the year immediately.
One of my favorite bits of it was actually a QT moment where he got the dustpan.
It's
And
incredible. It's so fun.
I've never seen someone do that in a match, but he does it at such a leisurely pace just to give the crowd time to be like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Because, you know, he's a prissy, you know? He's not about this deathmatch, violent, hardcore life. So he's not going to pick up the glass or even pick up the box. He's going to nice and gingerly get his dustpan and lay out that glass on the table, nice and easy.
I think what really works for this match above all else is that it is a match where both guys are on the same page of working the crowd. They're not trying to make a fight look real. They're not trying to tell some sort of impressionist, you know, narrative story. Like they are telling a narrative storyline, but they're not trying to make that what they're doing in the ring the true focus. The true focus is what they're doing in the ring is in turn setting up the real focus, which is making the fans make noise, whether that's singing or chanting for Paul or screaming at QT. I get, you know, when older wrestlers talk about, you know, you guys need to work the crowd. This is the kind of shit that they're talking about. This is the kind of shit I like watching a lot more than, you know, most people who are very good at fake fighting, and, you know, but the crowd is just watching it like it's a fake fight. I will say though, it does not compare to Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. That's still the gold medal.
All right.
But
So-
I
if
will
you say
give this
so.
one. I will give this one a tentative silver.
I love how there's so much weight to everything in this match, in the sense that, like, Paul's not strong enough to lift QT for 90% of his normal shit. Like, a Samoan drop is 80% of his, like, offensive moves that he's got at his disposal. And the one he does from the apron to through the table on the floor is scary, because he cannot get QT all the way on his shoulders, and especially cannot keep him up there while he's trying to somersault down into the table. And the angle at which Paul's body is at when they hit the table, I was like, oh no, that's not where you're supposed to be. You're about 2/3 of the way where your body is supposed to be, and now you look like you're about to get crumpled up and put in the fucking ambulance after this. And he does that a few times where like the somersault he hits early in the match from the apron, I was like, you are putting all of your energy into trying to get your whole body to rotate. And you just got it. You just barely got hold of that. And then you have QT, who is strong, but still with Paul, like the power bomb he hits onto the tacks later in the match, like you can tell he's struggling to get that chunky boy all the way up and tossing him down.
He also, I mean, he's also working with a guy who doesn't have the same level of experience in like positioning, like if in helping himself up for a power bomb.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. As soon as I see QT, like, oh, I'm gonna have to deadlift from the middle here. He's not gonna give me any. There's no push there. And Paul would not have the core strength to bring himself up either in that instance.
What do you think
rocks.
it's like for people who are like, well, we're going to hire Paul Walter Hauser, star of Americana, for our new movie. Let's check what his insurance premiums would be for this production. And then this match just like raising them by 50%.
I like to keep interjecting in real time. I'm pretty sure Aaron Solo credits like, Team Bandit, fucking Lance Storm, Cody, QT. He's got like 75 trainers, and Paul Walter Hauser is such a better wrestler than him. It's crazy. Like it's fun. They're like when they're spot together. Like I'm like, Jesus Christ, who's the untrained one here?
Well, there's a reason that Bailey is fucking Paul Walter Hauser and not Aaron Solo anymore. So.
I like the hook segment too.
I popped. I was like, it's hook. I didn't follow it on Twitter. I didn't know it was coming.
It was a neat little moment. You got the hook light.
God. You weren't lying about the apron spot.
What?
I'm scared.
Yeah. I got my little notes going, and I was like, I will not be able to explain this in writing. What is fucking going on?
I mean, I just heard you explain it in words, and I still wasn't ready for it.
Yep. So I had to take a picture of it on my screen and be like, yeah, this is what it is.
After that spot, Paul grips his neck and his head and like kicks his feet and rolls around. And that's not like selling.
Oh,
that's
no, he's
not, putting on a show for the game.
He's working.
I think I just broke my neck.
Come on, he's working you. He's working you. He's the ultimate worker.
Well, and he's really good. Maybe he should have the outwork everyone shirt.
That spot, it reminds me of, I'm always bringing like my niece's cheerleading when they're like, can we try this such and such thing at home? I go, yeah, sure. And then halfway through I go, oh no, they can't do that one man stunt. Oh, no, they pulled it off, but it looked like death for a second. That's what I was looking like. I was like, someone's hurt.
Actually,
they also used the Golden Globe.
Yeah,
it was great.
I'm sure the Golden Globes, the Foreign Press Association, I'm sure they loved having the Golden Globes brought up on Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor.
No, it's no longer the Foreign Press Association, so who cares?
Okay, yeah, then who cares? Anyway, I was thinking, what if instead of Christian, we had the Patriarchy? And Paul Walter Hauser is going around adopting young wrestlers.
I like
that's
the
all
idea.
I had with that.
You think maybe he could bring in Paul
recruiting
London?
young, good-looking men who want to become actors and get into it via wrestling,
just like Paul London.
Perfect.
This match, I'm a little more than halfway through. It looks like so much better than the Luckiest Man in America. I fucked up here, guys.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, Walton Goggins is not in the match.
No, yeah, it would be better if Walton Goggins was in, Aaron Solo's part or something. But...
Oh man, Walter Goggins tag teaming with QT. What a power duo that would be. Too much energy. Too
I
much
mean,
energy.
he's a Southern boy. He's watched some wrestling.
Well, was he involved in any of the wrestling on Gemstones? I can't remember.
No.
I don't
No.
think
He was
so.
not. He was not.
Damn.
That's just a Goodman situation. And kind of Eric Roberts, but not really. Anyway, great match. Maryland calling it okay hurt my soul. So I watched it and I was like, no, this is bliss. This is what wrestling should be.
I don't want
I
to
don't
call
know.
out friend of the show Maryland, but this feels more like a match where I don't get how you think it's okay. I want you to love it, like I love it so far, or be like just put off.
Just
and despise
dog
it.
shit.
Yeah, like I kind of get that point of view more. I think it's stupid, but I can see where you get there. I'm sure there's a 38-minute long video on this 20-minute match from Jim Cornette talking about it somewhere.
I got distracted seeing Ronda Rousey talking about the fact that they had me fighting Alexa Bliss at all was fucking ridiculous. And you want to know why they had me against Alexa Bliss? Because she had the most merch sales at the time on that side. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's your decision-making process? It's like, God, Ronda Rousey, just
Rules.
Amazing thought processes go
What is
through
the
this
work?
woman's skull. She's like, oh yeah, you hired me for $1 million and you want me to face your most popular wrestler, you fucking idiots.
What
She
if you
should
had
face
to arrest
Paul
someone
Walter Hauser,
good
though.
instead?
I mean, what did she want? Like, were they gonna hire like Misha Tate or something to face her? I don't know. I hope Court Bauer can get Ronda Rousey for MLW, and I hope that we get the Ronda Rousey versus Paul Walter Hauser guest referee Matt Riddle.
Riddle, he's not in the news for anything, is he?
He has said some uncool but wildly entertaining things.
I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about him stealing a deposit from that charity wrestling show.
Well, he gave the
Yeah,
deposit
that's why he
Oh, he
said
did?
the
Okay.
said
But
the
that they
things.
were interviewing him, and he's just being Matt Riddle, and he just goes off. He accused Me Too people of being liars, and he claimed that CM Punk is a creep who was spending too much time sniffing around the NXT locker room.
True. Facts.
I mean, one out of two ain't bad.
He also says he's going to go back to fighting.
Oh God!
All right.
So
They always say
no.
you should take a decade off.
So we got Matt Riddle. There's no like Bellator for him to go to. He'd have to go to the Bare Knuckle League.
He can go to PFL. They got nothing. They got
What if he
fucking
goes to
nothing.
Power Slap?
Yeah, I was just about to ask.
Oh.
He kind of seems like a prime power slap candidate.
Who else
Lindsay
is going to
Snow
Power
and
Slap?
Masada.
Fucking Masada. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried out for Power Slap, and I think maybe Casanova Valentine. I don't know if I made that one
I
up.
feel
In
like
theory, you have to do tryouts. It does feel insane that for free you are going to get concussions.
It's like I
Just
have to pay for trans in a hotel to go let someone slap the shit out of me for free.
so that maybe I can show up on TV.
That is purely like you're doing it so Dana can watch and laugh.
If Dana lets Matt Riddle into it, like he knows it's fucked up, because Dana hates him so much. So that's like proof that he
Reese
knows
didn't
it's
even
bad
do
for
it.
these people. Oh man, I wanted to talk about last time they did a Craig Jones Invitational. It's not wrestling, but Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was like all about it and pushing it. I'm like, oh, people should watch it. Like it'll get people into watching, grappling. Do not watch the second one. I spent like 10 hours of my life fucking watching it, and the first day was interminably bad. The second day was slightly better, but like if you watch that, you thought, oh, I wonder if I like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You won't.
Wait,
It was
what
just
are
a
you
bunch of
talking
guys
about?
stalling for 8 minutes.
I got to catch up on that Lucha versus MMA promotion.
Have they run more shows?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's
Didn't
got to
the
like I
BJJ?
can.
Yeah, Craig Jones had another big event called the Craig Jones Invitational, but they did like
Oh.
team BJJ where it's like 5 guys versus 5 guys at different weight classes, and you send them out whatever order you want, and then they go for 8 minutes. And if you win, you stay in. If you lose, you're out. And if you draw, both guys are out. And for whatever reason, the strategy of most teams seem to be, what if we all played for draws? Wouldn't that be good to watch?
Oh, that's a bummer because I loved Quintet when I.
It basically is
watched that.
Quintet, yeah,
Yeah, that's a bummer.
but less
All right,
charming.
Sorry, interrupted. Apologies.
No, that's all I got. I just made me think about talking about Matt Riddle and MMA. What is QT saying on the mic here, guys?
He says fuck.
And then he gets hit in the nuts. All right.
That's when he says fuck. That's what he says. You know, Paul Walter Hauser, you will never be a wrestler. You will, you know, you think you're a wrestler. I'm QT Marshall. Blah blah blah. He says all this stuff you would expect, and then Paul punches him square in the cock. And as he's dropping the mic catches QT yelling "fuck."
So good. Oh man,
It's up there with some random match that I happened to see where Rhea Ripley was at ringside and someone came up from behind to grab her in a German, and looking square into the camera, she just goes, "Oh shit."
Anyway, anything else to bring up about this match? Besides it being incredible.
Just that we want more Paul Walter Hauser. We want more QT Marshall.
Yeah,
We want the inevitable Paul Walter Hauser and QT Marshall have to team up to face the Good Brothers.
Yeah.
Using a golden globe as your signature weapon in a wrestling match the best possible use, and maybe the only good use of a golden globe?
Yep.
It was so funny.
I mean, lots of people are saying the Golden Globes
MLW,
are the
fuck
new
you?
Slammies.
No, I think he's going to keep doing all of it. I think he
just
transcends promotions
every fucking weekend. How does this man sleep? He's
because
filming
you gotta imagine
4
that
movies
he's
a year.
involved in the MLW Don Gatto show. I feel like that's got his fingerprints all over it.
What do you mean the MLW Don Gatto show?
Jesus Christ, Sam. Do you not keep up with MLW? They're partnering with Danny McBride, and there's Don Gato Tequila for an MLW Don Gato Lucha de los Muertos, November 20th.
Okay. No. I did know this. For some reason, I thought this was a new TV show.
I wish. Twice as much MLW. I wish. But I guess it would be their only TV show, but there is no fusion or anything.
I thought the Opera Cup just finished.
No.
Okay.
It's just starting. Basically. There has not been a second round match yet. I don't think all the first
we're
round
not to the
matches are
first.
done. Yeah.
I'm seeing Zanakin Jr. versus Blue Panther Jr. Ultimo Guerrero versus Esfinge.
No good tournament takes less than 2.5 months, is how I always see it.
And then, obviously, Pat, you let me know about Mr. Thomas, Satoshi Kojima, and MLW revolutionary concept, the Lightning match.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, because when they first booked that match, they were going to go over 10.
Yeah, I'm sure Kojima
they were going to do
was
15
like,
or
Mr.
16.
Thomas guy, give him 25. We're going Broadway.
Yeah, so the next show we only have 2 more Opera Cup matches.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, Austin Aries, he's back. And better than ever, I assume.
Wow. I mean, I gotta imagine his wrestling will be even better than his commentary somehow.
September 13th in Texas. Show of the year contender, honestly. Like folks are talking about it already. This is a big one.
I am.
This is a big one.
That's next weekend, guys.
Shit.
We're getting
I hate
there.
that. Wow. I'm just looking at the card. This is really built, as the kids say, built for the sickos. Really, when you think about it.
There are 3 matches that I am for sure. There are 2.5 matches that I am for sure pumped about. Pumped a strong word. There are 2.5 matches. I'm like, let's watch it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, sure.
It's awesome that you're like, yeah, maybe there's 2.5 matches I'll like be kind of excited to watch. And you are still by far the biggest MLW fan in the world.
I just think you need to watch it differently than you. People are going in wanting to see good wrestling. It's like you're starting off on the wrong foot.
I feel like there
you're
are other places to watch bad wrestling that are.
I don't want bad wrestling. I want slightly below average wrestling.
Dan, you are taking the same approach towards MLW that I took when I watched that whole year of GCW.
Oh my god, I saw what that did to you.
Yeah.
Oh no.
At
So
least
just be careful.
At least Pat occasionally saw a good match.
I like that
Mexico versus
scramble on the last
Kushida
show.
match. It's real good from earlier this year. So wrong. Certainly better than Effie versus Manser.
Well, that's just,
The best match that they had last year.
I don't know what your problem is, man.
Sorry, I just have a problem with GCW.
You gotta chill out.
Brett Lauderdale bringing Shotzi's House of Torture and whatnot to
right,
Rochester, New York.
We can't talk about we can't be shitting on Shotzi Blackheart when she is on this MLW card.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a joke about Shotzi Blackheart shitting.
What's the joke?
The joke was that she said as a joke she would sell someone a picture of her poop.
Scat. Okay.
And then I don't know if the person actually sent her money, but then for a while the joker people would be like, oh yes, Shotzi Blackheart, she's the one who, she'll sell the sicko fans pictures of her turds.
Are you guys gonna watch the replay of her versus Priscilla Kelly from tonight's House of Glory show?
Of course.
Okay. We'll talk about it next week then. Don't want to get too into it right now.
That's the big top.
Those are the 2 big matches they had on the poster, by the way, is Bully Ray versus Zilla Fatu and Shotzi versus Priscilla Kelly.
Did you look at the rest of the card?
I did not. Is it great? Oh, it's got your boy Cedric Alexander versus Amazing Red in 2025. Yeah. Man, it makes me think maybe Bully Ray versus Zilla is pretty good.
Yeah. I think they made the right call.
Damn, did you guys know that Tournament of Death is this weekend?
Oh, and it's gonna rule.
Oh, why the fuck is that?
I thought I liked the lineup.
You thought you liked.
I don't remember what it is. I don't remember what it is on top of my head enough. But okay, here we go. Tell me you don't love this lineup here. Mickey Knuckles versus Ricky Shane Page.
1 for 1, perfect.
1 for 1. The next one is Akira versus Hoodfoot. But someone today, I think, put Hoodfoot in their top 10 wrestlers of the year.
Who the okay?
Did I make that up? Maybe I made that up.
I'm gonna
Drake Younger versus Dmitry Alexandrov. That's 2 for 3. Eric Ryan versus JJ Allen. I'm calling that 3 for 4. Tim Strange versus Schlack. That's happening. That's a half. Nick Gage versus Joe Judge. Or Judge Joe Dredd, sorry. Which, by the way, I thought he wasn't Judge Joe Dredd anymore. I think he's just Joe Dredd. But whatever. That's a fucking tournament of death, guys. I want Drake to win this sucker.
This is the best lineup they've had
in years.
It's gonna be so awesome when Judge Joe Dredd wins.
Oh my god! Yeah, when the final is Judge Joe Dredd versus fucking Akira, I'm gonna jump off a bridge.
Is this gonna be streaming live on IWTV or no?
That I don't know. Probably not.
Streaming
can't imagine.
live so that you can see the cops pull up to shut the show
Yeah.
down.
You guys,
Well,
you
if
guys
it's
trying
not-
to trying to talk attorney next week if it was?
Absolutely. That I will make my talking tourneys debut to talk Tournament of Death.
See, I knew. I'm like, I
2025.
know that lineup got me somehow. And
I
still did.
I think like I pitched doing Tournament of Death last year.
You did, and I was for it, and then it didn't happen. Nick Yeoman has Hoodfoot in his top 10. No, maybe that's not
No,
top 10. I'm just
no,
looking at a list.
no.
I take it back. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. I'm so sorry. This is less
Still having a
still
top
a little
100.
outrageous. Yeah.
Being and increased his position from last year.
And that's 11 guys. So I should have known it wasn't a top 10.
Yeah, Dan can read and count and write. All things he's very good at. All right. Is that big top?
That's the big top right there.
Is that big top?
I can't wait until
Alright.
Paul Walter Hauser wins Tournament of Death next year.
Take Akira out of that and throw in PWH. Oh my god, what a show.
No. Swap in PWH for Judge Joe Dredd so that we get Nick Gage
Oh,
versus
Nick
Paul
Ga-
Walter Hauser.
That's the real answer.
And
I love how CSW made a special like web page for this tournament. It's pretty cool. It doesn't work. I can't scroll on it, which is great. It befuddles me. The 6, and there's no way to watch it. DJ, you fucking asshole. Anyway, I'm ready for Q&AR.
Let's
I'm
do
always
it.
ready for Q&AR.
So, someone vamp for a little bit.
Wait. Before we get into the soundbite for Q&A, you did neglect to mention the first ever Tarp of Death Invitational.
Oh,
With a whole
yeah.
bunch of people who I've seen on XBW murder basement shows.
And Gabby Gilbert.
One of the guys I'm pretty sure is JB Anderson. I'm pretty sure he's in ICW No Holds Barred ring crew.
Jimmy Controversy. That's a big name for this tarp. Now, people have worked themselves into a shoot on the Facebook pages, the deathmatch Facebook pages, because they want them to bring in Necro and put him in the tarp because they're all afraid that Nick Gage is going to no-show, and they think they'll just bring in someone from the tarp, and they're like, they should bring in Necro and put him in the tarp because Nick Gage has been no-showing a lot of shows that aren't, he made that GCW show, but he hasn't been making a lot of other shows.
So on this special website that Sam mentioned,
What is
they set it up so that all the images pulse, like they move forward, then backward, then forward, then backward. The more you watch it, the more like disorienting it gets.
Can you figure out what your
going
special
at a
cursor
different rhythm.
is? Is that a broken light tube?
It didn't change my cursor.
Oh, my cursor's something special. I can't tell what it is though. Did we vamp enough, Sam?
Good stuff. Are we ready?
It is a broken light tube.
Okay, thank you for confirming that.
First question. Eamon. Question for the podcast. What's the best movie that's 90 minutes or less? 90 minutes or less.
That is a tough question. Luckiest Man in America is 90 minutes. It is not the best movie that's under 90 minutes.
I believe Stop Making Sense is like 85, maybe. And that's my favorite movie ever.
I Googled movies under 90 minutes, and the best one I've seen is Fantastic Mr. Fox, but I legitimately adore that movie.
Well,
So that might
the
be my
obvious answer is 88 minutes with Al Pacino.
Oh, My Neighbor Totoro. That's under 90 apparently. Yeah, one of those two.
I mean,
My answer.
I'm just gonna say probably most comedies.
All right, the math dictates that it's perfect.
Oh,
Blue.
you know, I'm gonna say Airplane from 1980, 1 hour 25 minutes.
Oof. Ghostwatch comes in at 91 minutes. Rough stuff. Rough stuff. All right, perfect blue it is.
Sorting my 5 stars on Letterboxd by shortest first. And then looking at what is under 90 minutes. Stop Making Sense. F for Fake. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Jackass the movie. The first one.
I was
Carnival of
just
Souls.
looking that up.
Carnival of Souls, one of the great horror movies. Tetsuo the Iron Man. Kelly Reichert's Wendy and Lucy. All great films that I would recommend to anyone. The best of those, Stop Making Sense. If you don't want to consider a concert movie, F for Fake is also one of the greatest movies of all time.
I'm gonna say go with Jackass the movie.
I mean, that's completely valid. That is a great movie.
My attitude towards if you want to be a true fan of pro wrestling, learn to be a big fan of Jackass. Because the two things are much closer than you want to believe.
My brother-in-law got this sick Columbus Blue Jacket shirt that's in the style of the old Jackass shirt.
I used to
Nice.
have a shirt of the Jackass logo, which I have no idea where it came from, but I had it. And then it got too old and ratty because I wore it too much. Now I'm sad thinking about how I don't have it anymore.
It's a shame War of the Worlds 2025 starring Ice Cube is just off of being an answer to this question. It is 91 minutes.
Damn.
Well,
What could you cut from that though? You know what I mean? There's not 2 minutes to lose there.
Yeah, it's all integral to the story.
Do you know what clocks in at exactly 90 minutes? Is Birdemic, Shock and Terror.
Okay,
There we go.
that's a classic.
Fateful Findings, 1 hour 40 minutes. Unfortunately, it does not make the cut.
Yeah, Neil
Because that is a movie where you can cut nothing.
Yeah, Neil Breen, he does he simply has too much to say to make a movie under 90 minutes. And that's very important. Oh wait, Twisted Pair is 88 minutes. But that is not as good as Double Down or Fateful Findings. So
One of my favorite things ever is in Double Down when he's in the hot tub with a woman who, he clearly wants her to take her top off, and the actress is like, "No, I'm keeping my top on." And then she gets shot in the head by a sniper. And Neil Breen's reaction is to go, "Geez." That is like one of those things where it's like, I'm going to be 90 years old and still thinking about that.
truly one of our greatest minds.
Your girlfriend just gets fucking domed with a sniper rifle and you just go, "Geez."
All right, next question. Aiming again. Question for the podcast. When the VP 50 over 50 happens, who will be the top wrestler on your ballot? I have no idea who's old anymore.
I'm gonna say Juggalo George South.
Perfect.
I mean, obvious Canada is Blue Panther.
Panther. Yeah.
That was my very first thought too.
Obvious Man is also, I think he's just around 50.
Are we doing? Yeah. So I guess it would have to be current. We can't just say people who are old now. But I think he was over 50. Vince McMahon had some great matches for a senior.
We're talking about.
I don't think
thought
there
you
would
meant,
be any issue with me choosing him.
I didn't know we were just listing like our favorite people.
No,
Is
no,
that
but I'm
something
saying
that makes
when he had his like WrestleMania street fights, I think he was over 50. So it depends on if we're doing a historic over 50 canon or just 2025 over 50.
Great
I mean,
question.
a lot of deeply
Oh.
evil men are great wrestlers.
Necro Butcher.
It's true.
Vince is one of them.
Speaking of deeply evil men,
Speaking of good wrestling and better people,
yeah, he's 52.
both of them aging like fine wine.
52 doesn't look a day over 60.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Next question from Tim. Question for VPR. Conan says everyone he talks to in AEW doesn't respect TK. What wrestling promoters, bookers, current or historical, deserve any respect? Phil Schneider excluded.
The question is, which wrestling promoters deserve respect?
Yes.
None
For
of
some
them.
reason, all I could think is Jeff Jarrett.
Unfortunately, the answer can't be Jeff Jarrett as a booker, you know?
Hmm.
That's the only capacity he can't be respected in.
Yeah, I mean, they're all
I
terrible
don't know.
people. Respect's tough, you know?
Dan Reed, I don't know.
I'm anyone that's like ran a wrestling show or gotten involved in the business and then immediately quit or retired. That deserves respect.
Anyone who paid the wrestlers on their indie show.
Okay, yeah, that's nobody.
Yeah. Well, and also I think that's bad because that's just going to encourage them to keep wrestling. So if you think about it, Ian's doing people a favor.
I'm going to give it to Paul Bosch. A promoter I'm sure had no problems whatsoever.
Well, he taught Dave Meltzer everything Meltzer knows, so.
There you go. If that doesn't deserve respect, I don't know what does. Next question. Cole, question for VPR. What the fuck is everyone doing with labeling question for the podcast, question for VPR? What is your favorite thing about the great city of Toronto, Ontario?
I thought
Canada?
I thought that was Cole's question that you were saying was, Cole's asking, what the fuck is with everyone labeling?
Cole's
That
coming
would
in
have been a
hot.
question. That would have been a better question. I don't care about Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
I saw The Lion King on
I saw
stage
the
once in
Princess of
Toronto.
Wales Theater.
Maybe we were both there at the same time.
I
the
was
same
there
night.
in, I believe, I was there in, let's see, I was probably in the 5th grade. So maybe 2000, 2001.
This
Can't
is
do math right
lining
now.
up. This is
Oh
lining up.
shit. Oh shit, we saw Lion King together.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It fucking ruled.
Yeah, I love The Lion King. I've
Why
seen
did
The
you
Lion
go to
King
Toronto to do that?
because it was like a nice little trip. We went
Yeah,
to Toronto.
Also cheaper than seeing it in New York.
Yeah.
Like, also, I grew up in the Detroit area. It's right by the Canadian border.
Okay.
It's an
And I was in
easy
Cleveland.
drive.
I was in Cleveland, so it's not that
Right by
much
the Canadian
farther.
border.
Yeah, well, yeah, not as much, but not
Yeah.
closer than New York
Right by
again.
it.
You didn't need like an elevated ID to go into Canada then. You could just
Yeah,
go.
you could just go back and forth.
I got the elevated ID now. I can go to Canada whenever I want. No one's going to stop me.
Prove it. go to Canada.
I might. Pork. It doesn't. It's a question for EPR. Question for the
Probably not for
podcast.
us. Then I'd keep moving.
So, how would you have stopped the Matsunaga? Stop that Matsunaga. Sorry.
That
I don't
are
think
there
I
more
would
than
have. I think he just would have stabbed me and I would have died. I mean, maybe that
Well-
would have stopped the Matsunaga when he was arrested for my murder, but
he wanted to
don't know
destroy
what-
0-1, right? So maybe I wouldn't have stopped them. Is that a bad thing?
yeah.
I don't know what Matsunaga is. Who that is.
He's a serial killer.
All right. I'm not big into true crime.
This is
Sorry,
this is
Pork.
nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're already running long. Have you seen Heretic?
Yeah. I like it.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I think it's fun.
Yeah. Not
got the
true
little-
crime either, so I don't know how I got there, but I watched it this week. And
I don't know, it's
my
fun.
niece, and I thought it was. She didn't think she was gonna like it. She's like, "Oh, it seems like it's gonna be a little slow." And we were on the edge of our seats.
He's out here monologuing. Just
little-
spitting bullshit.
I mean, a little silly, but like it felt like not too silly. It almost like he knew he was silly, so it was fine.
Yeah. All right. I don't understand this next question. So y'all help me out. Nick Yemen, is it ethical to cook and eat a luchador clone?
We'll see. Nick thinks Hoodfoot's a good wrestler.
You're just gonna burn this man.
Does that
Jesus
explain
Christ.
it?
It is ethical. He is referring to, of course, El Clone coming soon to AEW.
But you like El Clone more than the original, so why are we eating El Clone?
I'm not saying that I would do it. I'm just saying it's
Oh.
ethical.
Oh,
I feel
that's
like
fair.
I feel
He
like I
doesn't
don't
have a
understand the
soul.
premise. I don't feel like I've seen the question about cooking and eating a clone come up in conversation before.
What he's asking, Sam, is if you want Jerez's meat in your mouth.
Can't say I do. Can't
Yeah, there you
say
go, then.
I do. I don't want him in my wrestling product either. Next up, Dan. Nope.
Answer question? Oh.
Nope. All right. Scrolling. Haven. Who's the best slasher character? Then, second question, what's your favorite album that's come out this year?
Freddy. It's Freddy.
It's ready. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Freddy is tough to beat.
And favorite album from this year. I don't listen to a ton of new music. I would probably go the Alex G album that came out. Very basic answer.
All right. All right. Danny, anything?
I also don't listen to a lot of new music, and I kind of shit talked it, but it's growing on me. Snipe Hunter, Tyler Childers' new album. But it'll probably be The Life of a Showgirl.
All right. Take it easy. Take it easy. Pat?
I think favorite slasher is probably Jason, just for sheer aesthetic thing. Even
Great
if
pick.
the movies aren't that good, he's the legend. Favorite 2025 album. I'm drawing a blank, but I did just see that they did a reissue of Stars of the Lid's first album.
Oh,
It's
that's the
30
answer,
years
then.
old, but it's a great listen. Did the new Godspeed You Black Emperor, did that come out this year or did that come
That
out
was last year.
2024?
That was last year.
Okay. So yeah. So pending further notice, I'm going to go with the Stars of the Lid reissue.
All right. I don't listen to music, so that'll do. Eamon, what's your favorite match under 5 minutes?
Oh, that one is actually an easy question. L.A. He wasn't L.A. Park. La Parka versus Tank Abbott. It's like a minute and 30 seconds.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Ty, Sid versus Lee Scott.
Interesting choice.
I feel like more time to think about it, maybe a better answer, but I think Lesnar versus Goldberg or Kenta versus Ricky Marvin.
Yeah, I'm in the Kenta versus Ricky Marvin camp. All right. Next up from Steph from Steph. Who's the Matt Hardy of Jeff Hardy's?
I gave my answer in the Discord, but it was Joey Janela.
That's a good answer.
Is that just the answer?
I was like trying to figure out how to approach the question, and just the answer Joey Janela unlocks it, and it is the answer.
All right. I love it. Sorry, Steph. All right. Okay. We're still going. Next up from Henry. Since we're getting in the bear month, September to December, what would be your strategy when facing VP 100, VP 2010's nominee, Andreza Giant Panda, trying to pop Andreza against the rules?
I would try to join forces.
Yeah, I would extend my hand. I would maybe give him a little bit of bamboo.
I would let him eat me and kill him from the inside.
That's good. I think I would probably try my best to put on like a fucking 5-star classic. Like I also want to be on the VP 100s. Like show me
Okay.
your ways.
So you don't even care about winning the match.
No, I'm all about just fucking. I want Dave Meltzer to give it 5.5
Oh,
minimum.
look at Dolph Ziggler over here stealing the show. Fuck off.
All right. Woebegone Jabroni. What's an acceptable social occasion to show up dressed like Dr. Evil?
You said we'll be gone.
And-
I thought you were saying we'll be gone. It was like announcing a hiatus. I'm like, oh man, you hated this episode. But no, funeral.
Oh, wedding.
Children's birthday party?
And being mad when they don't get the references. $1 million.
Come on, it was a huge hit.
Johnny, have you fucking not seen it or something?
Then you start doing gold member bits. Everyone loves gold member. It's their favorite Austin Powers. You're talking about a smoking a pancake.
I really thought that was gonna launch Beyonce in a superstardom, but she kept with the music stuff.
What a series of films. Mike Myers, what an icon. Truly.
I want to shout out the podcast episode 1. They had an episode a few years ago that was a debate between two of the people on it about whether, and it was structured like a real debate. Did Fat Bastard actually eat a baby?
Yes.
It is maybe one of the best podcasts, best hour of podcasting I've ever listened to.
I love it. I gotta get back to that show. I feel like I was recommended it, and then I listened to like the first 12 episodes, and then I never went back.
They're on like 400 now.
Yeah, first 12 were good. All right, next up. Dream blunt rotation, 3 wrestlers, living or dead.
Probably Necro, Vince, and Hogan. Did I miss them already?
I was going to say Matt Riddle, James Ellsworth, and Marty Skrull, and they're all dead.
Oh, called. That's good. I thought you were gonna call the police. That's really good. Ooh, can he drop the MLW title first?
No.
Paul Walter Hauser, QT Marshall, and you think I'm gonna say Hook, but I'm actually smoking with Solo.
I love that.
Maybe he's good at it. He's gotta be good at something.
I mean, he
Yeah.
is the weed carrier of the factory.
I want to get to the inner workings of MLW, so it will be Paul Walter Hauser, it will be Court Bauer, and it will be I think Satoshi Kojima has some insightful thoughts and sway in MLW.
He's just gonna get too high, and Lane's gonna start talking about bread.
That's the risk. It's just Akamora. Can we just swap?
Okay,
That's
He's probably
acceptable.
gonna show up even if you don't invite him. If you got Kojima,
Buy one get one free situation. That's for sure. All right, everyone go.
we got one more.
Everyone
We got
answer
one
that?
more. Oh yeah, okay. Thought you were saying we were done.
We actually have two more, but I'm not going to ask both of them.
Oh,
Next up,
yeah, okay.
Pork. What dead phrase expression would you want to bring back?
I think that geography is blue, history is yellow. That's a joke where you got to be on the Discord to get it, guys.
Podcast is an audio visual experience. We started the podcast around 8:30, so just go into the Discord, scroll back to about 8:30 on every single channel. You're going to have a better sense of what's going on in this podcast.
If you do have two screens, maybe open up Cage Match and another, kind of follow along with like the what I'm clicking. Going, oh, that happened.
There's a lot you folks are missing out on. If you're not Googling, if you're not searching, if you're not digging into it.
I have no
Anyway.
answer for Pork.
Fuck.
No, people still use fuck.
Oh.
I'm bringing back quoting Anchorman all the time.
That's okay. Okay.
So it's not a specific phrase, but I am just going to be that guy from now on. I'm gonna go every function saying I love lamp. 60%
I kinda
of the
went
time
in-
it
I-
works every time.
I went in a similar direction, but I just want to bring back Waza.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
that was fucking so cool.
Yeah, you fucking Dudley fans. I love it. Hell yeah.
Pissed they took the strap off him on at Hog.
Okay. Do people talk about yanking chains still?
Yeah, usually when
I
a
think
chain
people
gets
yank
yanked.
chains. Yeah.
Yeah,
You yank my chain?
usually when NXT is on, a lot of people are talking about yanking chains.
Or about rustling jimmies?
I don't even know what that means.
All right, well, bring it
So
back.
bring that one back, I guess.
Bring it back. All right, that's the questions for this week on BPR, Violent People Radio. Any closing remarks from my fellow co-hosts?
There's a parlay I didn't tell you guys about where we're really hoping that the Lynx Aces game goes under 163.5, and it's not looking good.
Oh, come on, dude. This is
It is not looking great.
We gotta not do this.
buddy. There's a number on the bottom of the screen on all of those ads. And I need you to call it.